Talk about it, the aftermath of WrestleMania, guys. The fallout of WrestleMania. It went down Sunday, April 2nd, right there in Orlando, Florida. And I'm gonna tell you, it was an awesome week. Another Mania, WrestleMania 33, actually, and it was good. I always say, again, nothing tops WrestleMania. I was part of the Super Bowl experience, and Super Bowl experience is good. Perhaps if that's your field, you might say, hey, that's the best. But me being, from this, world of professional wrestling, nothing has topped WrestleMania since I've been a part of the entertainment sports world. I mean, it's an awesome week. The fans get a chance to come out and actually, touch us, be a part of it. I did a autograph signing, and I stood up literally for 2 hours straight. And I had so many fans come through to take photo with me, and I would ask every fan, where you from? And in 2 hours, I had 3 fans that was from the United States.
Wow.
Yeah, 3 fans out of the whole 2 hours.
Only 3 of them. So that tells you how
worldwide
WrestleMania is, and people save up the entire year just to make that trip for one weekend.
It tells you how universal wrestling honestly truly is as well. We talk about soccer, and how big soccer is. They say soccer is the biggest sport in the world. I don't think fans come from all over the world. I don't think you're going to go to a soccer match and it, be that much of a difference as far as how many people are actually there. Now, those Access fans, just because they were from out of the country, don't think we didn't have a lot of Americans at WrestleMania.
Oh, they were a lot, but it just shows you how many, what the proportions are like. So what did you think, though, of the show, the 6.5, 7 hour long extravaganza that was WrestleMania 33 from Camping World Stadium?
Oh, let's talk about the Hall of Fame first.
Oh, yeah, go to Hall of Fame.
Let's talk about the Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame was awesome. Teddy Long, made that walk.
Holla, Famer.
Yeah, exactly. I was happy to see Teddy go in, as well as Rock and Roll Express, the greatest tag team, in my estimations, the greatest tag team of all time. Ricky Morton, Robbie Gibson, take their place, and they're immortalized. They're going to be, their name will reign forever.
Forevermore.
I love saying that right there.
And speaking of what will reign forever, I did love.
It's like Beowulf. His name will reign forever. Yeah, I love that, man.
I did love, I watched on the network. You were there, but you were there front row at the Hall of Fame, and I did enjoy Stevie Ray's blue suit.
Yeah, Stevie was decked out, man.
He was
talking about pimping, you know what I mean?
He was giving Michael Hayes a run for his money that night.
Serious, all he needed was a big hat.
And he was player made.
Yeah, brother was doing his thing, but I tell you, it was awesome. It was awesome, actually. Me and my brother there again at WrestleMania, the place that actually put us back together, actually.
In 2013?
Exactly, so for him and I to be there doing our thing, it was pretty cool. We got a chance to sit around and hear some great stories. Jim Cornette was one of them. I mean, but the brother just went way too long. You know what I mean? My thing is this, I just want to give a heads up, all the old guys, all the old heads, like Eric Bischoff and, Jim Cornette, when somebody give you a chance to, go out there and do your thing, wrap it up. You know what I mean? Don't take all night. You know what I mean? Keep everybody, don't make it about you. You know what I mean? And I think, with the Rock and Roll Express, Jim Cornette went a little bit too far, making it about the Midnight Express. It was great, Midnight Express, Rock and Roll. That rivalry was great. But that night was about Ricky Morton and Robbie Gibson. Same thing as Eric Bischoff coming out there being all long-winded, finally trying to get a moment in the sun. A lot of those kids, they don't even remember. You know what I mean? Say your speech and get on. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. My brother, people say my brother, brought me out better than anybody ever been brought out before. I mean, because his speech was, it was short. It was, precise. It was to the point. He told one or two stories, but it was no more than 10 minutes. You know what I mean? It don't take that long to tell your stories and get on. You know what I mean? And I think that's what make my brother's speech so good, as well as the inductee, like myself. You know, my speech wasn't that long. I guess, 15 minutes maybe?
15, 17, 18 minutes.
Tops,
like
you know what I mean? Yeah. And right now, it's touted to be the greatest Hall of Fame speech of all time. That's what they're saying.
That's what they say.
That's what they're saying.
That's what they. It was very good.
That's what they're saying.
It was good. It might have even been great.
It probably was brave.
It probably was.
That's what I'm saying. I still to this day have not heard my Hall of Fame speech. I got the tape. I got the on the CD, and I still to this day have not heard my Hall of Fame.
You should watch it. It's pretty good.
I'm scared I'm gonna cry.
You probably would.
I'm scared I'm gonna cry.
It was very emotional.
It was emotional. One of the ladies actually reminded me this Hall of Fame that I did have the best speech, and Charmel, she should be very proud. Hey, let's talk about it. Shane McMahon, AJ Styles. I think match of the night.
I think so.
Match of the night. Give it to AJ Styles, Shane McMahon. I thought it was going to be another Kurt Angle, Shane McMahon deal, but I tell you, Shane let it all hang out, coast to coast, baby.
Coast to coast. Shooting star press.
The shooting star was sweet.
Oh, man. Came out of nowhere.
I mean, the brother landed it perfectly as well.
Perfect.
Knees and elbows was pretty much flattened out. Mm-hmm. No damage right there. I tell you, Shane McMahon never ceased to
People say Shane McMahon's not a worker. You know, and I get that because he's not like a full-time guy. He was always kind of the boss son, kind of came in when it came out of stories.
Yeah.
But the guy can work.
Well, his work is different.
His work is different.
He works like the boss's son.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Punches are interesting.
That's what he worked like. He worked like he's the boss's son. That's what I get out of Shane when he go out there and do his thing. The way he throw his punches, you know.
The punches are funny.
The way he make his entrance to the stage, you know. But even though being the boss's son, Shane McMahon, he's still one of the boys.
Yeah.
And I give him a lot of credit for going out there and taking on AJ Styles the way he did. AJ, pulled it out. As well as he should.
Oh, for sure.
As well as he should.
He should have pulled them.
But for the boss to actually be able to go out there and do that, you got to give him nothing but big props. Brock Lesnar, Goldberg. We wondered if it was going to be a repeat of the same. No. Goldberg now has put himself in the game as far as coming back. He made his son happy. His son got a chance to see a real true life action hero.
Yeah.
And that's cool. That's really, really cool. But Brock Lesnar, the beast incarnate, managed by the advocate, Paul Heyman, went out there and did justice. And justice was served. F5, boom, right in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. Now we're back on track. The question is, do Goldberg stick around?
I think he may have cut a promo to the house on Raw,
saying he's done.
Saying for the most part, saying that he's done.
He's finished.
But I think that he said never say never.
He's finished.
He said you never know what's next and you never know who's next.
He's wrapping up.
But he might. He took a 12-year siesta last time, so man, he could be back.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm sure he got a nice check.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
And then to come back and complete the journey. Yeah. I don't think his journey was complete, especially in the first WWE run. He didn't fulfill the potential that I know he thought, he could have had in the WWE. And now to come back and, actually be totally on a different level as far as life goes, with kids and a wife and family, and then have to come back and, shake Vince McMahon's hand and see that Vince McMahon don't hold grudges.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon does
business first.
Vince McMahon I don't want to put Vince McMahon over the company or anything like that, but I have to. WWE put Goldberg in a light that no one ever imagined him being in, coming back being the WWE Universal Champion, 12-year absent from the building. That right there is astonishing as far as what Goldberg came out there and pulled off, but he wouldn't have been able to pull it off if it wasn't for the WWE. Thinking about the WWE fans. The fans is really what it's all about. They make the machine go, and for the fans to be able to get that ride for a minute, the Goldberg that, we had of yesteryear. Some of the fans, that was the first time that they got a chance to ever see Goldberg do his entrance and whatnot.
Think about this. There were some fans who weren't even alive during his last run in WWE.
Exactly my point.
Which is very crazy.
And now they're WWE, part of the WWE universe.
Speaking of that, though, I wasn't alive when The Undertaker made his debut in the WWE.
Wow.
His career in WWE is longer than my lifespan.
Unbelievable.
And it was presumably his last match.
He retired, man.
Did you know that was going to happen?
No, I didn't. But they always say, we only got so many bumps on our bump card. That's just a part of life. Getting older is something. No. What's the line? Time waits for no man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Time waits for no man.
Father Time is undefeated.
He really is. And but for Undertaker to go as long as he has and to go out there and do it there again with one of our young superstars like a Roman Reigns and put that kid in a position to, further his career, a notch on his belt that, he's going to remember for the rest of his life. He's going to know, hey, man, Undertaker did it for me. He has the responsibility to one point in time in his life when he gets there to know that he's going to have to do it for the next young Roman Reigns coming up. Yeah. So it was such a huge example to set, and nobody could have did it better than The Undertaker.
Yeah, and I know you said you saw Taker afterward, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just what a crazy experience that we just didn't see coming. I didn't see it coming. It was a surprise to me, but you felt like he was done.
To take the gloves off, to take the hat off, to walk away from the business, still standing tall. It says a lot about The Undertaker. Undertaker's my guy.
So that was WWE Hall of Famer Booker T and myself. That was Booker's kind of quick take about WrestleMania. That was on our show, Heated Conversations, which airs live weekly on Sports Radio 610 here in Houston and the Play.it podcast network the next day worldwide. Make sure you subscribe to that on iTunes. 5 stars, all that stuff. Same thing for this. This podcast should be on iTunes by the time you hear this. If not, give it another day, and it'll be on iTunes. And when it is, hit subscribe so it'll be easier for you to get it in your podcast app, your favorite feed, whatever. Just go ahead and do that for us and give us 5 stars if you like the show. That's going to be all for this edition of the podcast. We're going to be back later this week talking about the Superstar Shakeup and probably have a special guest interview. I got something lined up. I don't want to say who it is because I want to make sure I do it first. So, y'all keep in tune. This is the SC Scoops Wrestling Podcast. I am Brad Gilmore. Follow me at Brad Gilmore on all social media. Shout out to SCScoops.com, the one and only place for all pro wrestling information, and to Title Match Wrestling as well. So, we're going to be back later this week. Until then, take care. All right, guys, that's the show this week. On the podcast, I want to give a shout out to SC Scoops and Title Match Wrestling one more time. We're going to be back next week breaking down what happened at WrestleMania, why it happened, and where is it going. Stay tuned. I am Brad Gilmore. Follow me on Twitter at Brad Gilmore. I'm going to tweet out that WrestleMania prop bet sheet. Fill it out. Tweet me questions. All that great stuff. We will see you next week here on the show.